It'd be funny if I turn the stream on and it's instantly shiny. Nope. That's slightly too big then. Visual buoyant. Everything working? It looks like it's working. I wish I had a number on this. Having the hours is nice, but would have been cool to have counted it. I believe. Oops. I must have about like 100 shinies of various forms on Pokemon Violet. And I think I'm now a third of the hours played. Actually, how long is it? 380. Yeah, so almost a third. Just need... I mean, you can't really split that into thirds easily. But let's say 24. 23 hours. So once I'm at 123 hours, I'll have a third of the time put in. Good times, good times. It's like harder than Merchant Ring.
Bedtime, but had to drop this off.
Bedtime? In NA? But thank you, Solar. I appreciate it. You like a night shift or something, or? Well, it's such a banger, man. Got you, man. All right, have a good one. 75 streak continues. Appreciate you, man. I'd forget with Prime. I don't know how you remember. Especially because I slack on streaming when I don't have anything to stream. Or I feel like I don't have anything. I'm like excited to stream. But yeah, enjoy your evening. And then your subsequent shift. Fair play, man. Well, I appreciate it. There'll be Giga streams, I guess, when Bango comes out, though. Yeah, especially for that launch weekend. Love me a new server. Especially if Bango's quality and the numbers. It'll be good. Maybe I should put Cynthia's theme on. Come on, Charmander, don't be this way, bro. Be cool. Bro, how many level up fucking themes are there in this? There you go. It's gonna confuse me. Think I'm leveling up all the time. Ba, 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 ba. If I get this shiny Charmander after God knows how many hours it'll end up being, I guarantee you my friend will like get FOMO and want to grind a Charmander, and he'll get it in a fraction of the time. I wonder if I can like sit with my other chair that's like dilapidated and see this okay. Keep my feet up, you know? Oh. How long until my ass goes numb? These are the real questions. I need like a beanbag. That'd be so sick. Hey, Arsiler, thanks, man. I need it. Like usual, these games, I just have absolutely zero RNG. 110 hours is like 13,000 resets. It's like 8,000 odds. Classic. I don't know if the microphone's close enough now. I don't break the PC. I know, but you've watched my stream Hard Silo long enough to know that I don't do anything the easy way, you know. Yeah, 1 in 8,192 or something. But yeah, I've got like over 13,000 based on the hours I have. I can't remember the exact hours on average it should take when you worked out 8,000 odds. But yeah, it's a lot lower than what I'm at. But yeah. Hey, good, I can't complain. No complaints. I'm looking around this room, though, and the things I need to replace. Like, I'm borrowing my wife's office chair. 4,000 is Gen 6 onwards, I think. Yeah, these original odds are much higher. And there's no way to boost it, so there's no, like, boosting methods that you get. It's straight up. That's your odds, you know. There's no shiny charm or anything. Oh, I work in local government. I would find like the first like 9 to 5 standard job that ends up having some connection to streaming though. Incredible stuff. Even more related to politics, yeah. I directly work with politics. It's because my wife works for local government as well, but she's an environmental health officer, so she goes around and makes sure food businesses aren't about to poison people with terrible food practices. So she has nothing to do with, like, governance, which is exactly what I have to do with. It suits me, though. I always like politics. But yeah, so my chair that I've had forever is just dead, bro. It's like, it's just falling apart. I need a new one, but like, I just don't want to spend the money. I need new headphones. I don't want to spend the money. I wonder if you can see how fucked up my headphones are. Well, this one's just, you know, maybe see it a little bit. It's totally fucked. Sounded more like nature preserve. Oh, because you mean I said environmental health? In the UK, environmental health is like, oh, it covers lots of different things, but one of the main ones is food. So like if you go to a restaurant, you know, the government will give them a rating based on how clean they are, how well they have food practices and things of that nature, you know. So if you're handling food in a way that's going to give people salmonella, you know, or basically give you the shits, you know, they'll get a low score and be told what to do to improve. As you can imagine, there's lots of restaurants that come from serve certain cuisines that are more problematic than others. And then it also covers health and safety, so like, you know, I don't know. That's all kinds of things, as you can imagine. Private water supply. That's another thing. So if you have like your own borehole, where you have H2O that supplies your property, that's also covered. Indian cuisine is quite popular, yeah. One of the worst is Chinese. They can have, they're quite common to have bad hygiene ratings. Indians are a mix, sometimes really good, sometimes not. Kebabs places are really bad. We have like a lot of like dirty pizza stores. Oh, I love Indian. Yeah, my favorite Indian is in the town I used to live in, which is the town over. We're gonna move back there at some point, but oh my god, I love curry. I'm trying to be good and not spend money on like either takeout or sit down restaurants. Japan 2027. But anyway, so I'm trying to, in a heartbeat I would go. Yeah, it would not take much convincing. Yeah, the Western version of Chinese food for sure. Yeah. But yeah, she's a very, very important lady. I just tell local elected councillors what they can and can't do, and run their meetings. It's not as exciting. It's very dry. I like it though. And I stream. How crazy is that? It's so weird. Ugh. Oh yeah. I mean, I when I was full-time streaming, because I was a lazy streamer. Lazy's not the right word. I was an unmotivated streamer. And I struggled a bit with mental health, I think. I didn't stream often enough and frequently enough. So I lived month to month, paycheck to paycheck all the time. You eat Indian food in India. I would not eat it. Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Like Indian street food and shit. Yeah, yeah. You've seen the reels. Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm with you on that one, for real. Well, what you're saying there is exactly what my wife's profession would prevent. Is that kind of practice, yeah. There was a little window in your streaming where you could have made it viewer-wise, but then you slack off. Well, you say that there was lots of these little windows. So whenever I locked in and I streamed like every day, 6 hours, whatever, my viewership would skyrocket and I would do really well. But then I'd get burnt out. And I'm like, I don't want to play this game. There's not enough content. And I know that like people like Choice can do it. And they have like the mental health of some kind of Greek god. I don't know. I just couldn't do it, man. I might have been able to do it if I could have gotten away with variety streaming, but you just can't. People want to watch the game. I mean, look at, this is a good example. Even though I've obviously long since stopped full-time streaming, still, like, you know. If I turned BDO on now, I wouldn't get like hundreds and hundreds of viewers, but I would still get like, I don't know, 40 to 60 probably. Maybe even more if someone rated me, like, oh my god, Anfield's back. Ah. Yeah, they're not really back though, are they? Yeah. Yeah. They still gotta, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably play BDO Classic, but again, I can't go back to full-time streaming now that I'm full-time at work. So like, even if BDO came back in a really exciting way, I still wouldn't play it. Well, I wouldn't like suddenly be back to full-time streaming. You know, because the only free time I have is my evenings and weekends, and I'm not going to spend all those playing video games and neglecting the waifu. It's just not fair. The whole reason I swapped from streaming, I mean, there's a variety of reasons. Like I already talked about, like I didn't stream enough to like make enough to feel comfortable, because I just, not that I couldn't have done that, and I would have been fine. You know, there's plenty of streamers that do their best and stream, but I was self-inflicted, but also because I wanted to spend time with her, you know. And I hate grinding for no reason. That really did me in. Yeah, I was the same in World of Tanks though. Like I just got frustrated with the game, but I mean I did better in Tanks than I did in BDO, and I did well in BDO. In Tanks, I could have been humongous, but again, the same thing happened where I was frustrated with the state of the game. Developers made decisions I didn't understand. You know, BDO, like, PA took away the best parts of the game for me. And Wargaming with World of Tanks started changing the game in ridiculous ways. And I was like, why? So, yeah. BDO doesn't interest me. I do think at some point I'll probably reinstall it and hop on and do a stream. But it's the same reason I did that with Tanks, and it's more to like say hello to people that might not otherwise click on the stream unless they see I'm streaming BDO. Because it'd be kind of cool to see people and talk to people. But I'm not really like, I have no itch to play the game, you know? And it frustrates me how many good ideas that people have had, that I've had, that they just are never going to implement, and they're just going to do their own thing all the time. That is like bizarre changes nobody asked for, like the whole Node War revamp nobody asked for, you know. At least with the GVG change, as horrible as it was for why I played the game, you could see that there would be people that would ask for that because obviously, like, people die in a video game with 0 penalties and think it's the worst thing that's ever happened. So you can see why they might make that choice, even if it's the wrong one. But the Node War change, like, nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for that. They just do shit. And then they're like cool ideas that they could have implemented, you know. Like they made one skin for a tier 10 Pegasus that was alternate, and then it wasn't like some cool way to get it. It was just an alternate skin. When they could have like capitalized on like the Nightmare Pegasus and done things like that. People want cool mounts, they want cool gear, they want cool stuff, they want to be able to show off their stuff. Yeah, they just did whatever they want. I don't know. They never heard about EU players that they never... Well, okay. This was like a smaller gripe than everything else that I had wrong with BDO, but they were very hyper-focused on NA. Like, I mean, obviously Korea was the big one, but if you move away from Korea, they're obsessed with NA. They held like one Heidel ball in EU, right? And this always pissed me off. Was that they held the first ball outside of Korea in North America, right? Fine, okay. Hold it in North America, right? So they hold this Heidel ball in North America. Who's invited? Who's invited to this first ball that's outside of Korea that's in North America? The NA streamers. The NA streamers get invited, right? No EU streamers invited, right? And then they're like, okay, let's do it in EU. So then they hold the next one in EU. It's the second one that's ever been held outside of Korea. They hold it in EU. Who's invited? NA and EU streamers. So the EU ones get to go in their own, but also NA. I was fuming. I was like, wait a minute. So yeah, that pissed me off. But they were really hyper-focused on NA. NA, yeah, anyway. But Korea obviously was still bigger. Yeah, but the PvP that's left in the game, Hearthstyle, doesn't interest me. It's all 99% capped. Open world PvP is dead, so that's all I played for. Open world GVGs were my favorite bit of content, so that was my big thing. I loved open world PvP. It wasn't always perfect, you know. And you had people that wanted a Karma Bomb and things like that if you couldn't get a GVG going. But it was still the best content in the game. But yeah, EU was like the redheaded stepchild of the big three. They do kind of. Yeah, I mean, one of the problems was that Biseptimus Prime was a big EU streamer playing on the NA server. So that kind of inflated it that way. But EU did have some decent sized streamers. You know. I mean, once Lucari was gone, it was like pretty mixed. Choice became the biggest of that, but you still have big EU streamers. But the thing is, it's like, I guess NA obviously would spend more per capita than EU. Because EU is the Western European countries, and then it also includes a lot of Eastern European countries. Anyway, that always annoyed me. But moving aside from that, the other thing was just like every bit of content was always going to go on Korea first, like new regions, and you always knew what was going to happen. Like, I genuinely get way more joy out of playing my indie Korean game, that indie Korean MMO that I grew up on, than playing BDO. For the last 4 years maybe that I played BDO. There was a peak of 2016, 17, and 18 that it rivaled, but But I've just kind of come to the game isn't made for me anymore, and that is what it is. I can't fight it. Yeah. Yo, 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 yo. I think there's a reason that classic MMOs do so well. Because I think developers just lose sight and just do things that, like, maybe they make some financial sense. Like, you can milk more out of players. But there's something about, like, you know, classic World of Warcraft, RuneScape, you know, Cal Online, like I play. You know. You should play Bango when it comes out, Harsiler. It's like it's a little bit more like BDO in 2016. A lot of it is nostalgia. So hard disagree though. So hard disagree. People used to make that argument about classic WoW. You're just nostalgic. Retail's improved so much. I had no nostalgia for classic WoW because I never played it. But I when it launched in 2019, I was hooked. Shame I wasn't a classic WoW streamer because I was streaming like I was playing like fucking 16 hours a day. Which actually torpedoed my income at one point. A lot of my old MMO that I started with, I can never argue it's good though. Yeah, but what are you quantifying as good? Because are you looking at it through like a modern lens? Oh, it doesn't have all these features. I don't know. It's like my game, right? Cal Online. Like you couldn't compare it to what BDO can offer, but it's a more fun game, right? Like BDO has way more features, but it's more fun. Because it gets... MMOs have one thing to get right. Well, the one main thing, and there's lots of other things they like to get right too, obviously, if they can. But it's that sense of progression and power. If you fuck that up, your MMO is like dog. You're fighting lose. I mean, that was the thing about BDO. It didn't have any challenging like PvE like you have in World of Warcraft retail. So at least retail has like mythic rating and stuff, which is cool. You know, but in BDO, it was just like everything was hard capped. So you like were capped on how much you were just grinding for gear for a number to go up rather than your power to go up. And that's what, for all its faults, Cal gets right. Your character looks better when it puts on gear and feels more powerful. It's so impactful. You know? And at least BDO at the start, yes, okay, you never got the appearance of new gear looking really cool because it was costumed from the start. Fine. 2016 is still kind of modern for an MMO. But at least your character got more powerful. It was so important. Like at the beginning, I remember like getting certain upgrades and just like the instant power, like it has to get that right. And if your MMO doesn't get that right, you know. And it does help, I think, to look badass without having a costume. Like, there's a lot to be said for transmog, definitely. Oops, I reset. But yeah, getting sick gear and looking badass is also really nice. But the power is the main thing, but looking really cool is the second thing. Which is why mounts are so obsessed over in retail WoW, especially. But even classic to an extent, you know. Like, people do the whole Scarab Lord thing just to get a unique mount. What are we doing here? Have you never played Pokemon Muffle? Yeah. I mean, you never felt more powerful in PvE in BDO. except for like rare circumstances, I would say. Like occasionally you'd feel more powerful, but because of the caps, it was more the PvP for me. Feeling more powerful in PvP. Okay, so Muffle, basically, Pokemon have what's called shiny forms. So like Pokemon look a certain way. But you have an ultra low chance to get a shiny Pokemon. And they look different. That's literally it. This is literally what we're talking about MMOs, by the way. Like, people love chasing rare shit in MMOs, and this used to annoy me so much in BDO. Right, so if you look at this Pokemon here, this is a Charmander, right? It's kind of orange, whatever, right? The one I'm looking for is 1 in 8,192. In this generation. Some generations have higher odds than that and ways to boost the odds, but this is what I'm actually looking for. This bad boy here. He needs to be yellow. It is ultra low in this generation. So this is as hard as it gets generation-wise in terms of shiny odds. In fact, actually here, let me just show you something. Okay, so we are here, generation 3. So we're looking for this yellow one, right? You can see as like the models change. They get worse actually when they get 3D, in my opinion, but whatever. We're looking for this yellow one, right? So when Charmander evolves, it evolves into Charmeleon. That's the middle evolution, which also has a shiny. If you have a shiny Charmander, it'll be a shiny Charmeleon. It'll be a shiny Charizard. I mean, you've probably seen Charizard before, by the way. It's like one of the most famous alongside Pikachu. Anyway, what we're looking for eventually is to get a shiny Charizard. So this is Charizard. I will show you what shiny Charizard looks like, so you get a reference of what I want to actually end up with. Because once I have a shiny Charmander, I have a shiny Charizard, just needs to level up. Try not to skip through too fast. Here we go. This is shiny Charizard. Okay, well, that didn't fucking work. Jesus, like, wants to throw ads at me and shit. But anyway, this is shiny Charizard versus, like, the base one that looks like this. I'm just going to try and go low. So, yeah. Dude, the Emerald sprite is cool as fuck with the animation. So, you can see it later in the generations. You can kind of see... It goes from this, like, orange body, blue wings, to black body, red wings. Except for Generation 2, which had a unique look. It had green wings. So anyway, that's the ultimate goal. So it's... I've been searching for over 110 hours. It's what... Like I said, it's 1 in 8,100 and... I'll just show you, actually. Fuck it. Should we do... Hang on. So anyway, I save in front of the thing and reset it each time, and I just each one is a unique Charmander, and each one has a chance to be shiny each time. But obviously the odds are okay. Shiny Charmander in Gen 3.
Is that a crate? Oh well, damn, you built different, huh? Gave a giant FU to that. Max Flutterby. Alright. Premier Ball. Is that a crit? Oh well, damn. You built different, huh?
Didn't expect that was... Anyway, that's the point, right? So the odds are astronomically low, so it just takes a fucking long time unless you get Giga Lucky. Yeah. So that's what we're going for. don't think I'd be that loud. But I did watch the loudest clip that I've ever had back today. Can you remember or guess what the loudest reaction to getting something is on a video game for me? As like a clip on Twitch. Without cheating. A G65 bow was actually pretty cool. That was uncovered. If I got a G65 bow on... Well, actually, I get it from the Dogoby Lord, though, on Bango. It only drops from the Dogoby Lord, I think. So it would be different, to be fair. Like, you will... If this clip, you would have to... have it on the lowest volume to not blow out your headphones or speakers. When you got your unicorn. I don't have a clip of my original unicorn. I did it off stream. I was so excited about that though. But it was so late. I was like, oh my god, oh my god. I was like hyperventilating. No, it's the Tier 10 Pegasus. And this goes back to what I'm talking about, bro. Like, that was such a cool thing for them to add. Like, that was such a huge PAW. And this is what drove me insane. They just had to keep doing cool shit. People in MMOs want to own cool shit. So you can do it through collection items, as that would have been, / mounts. And you can do it through gear, you know? Like, in BDO... Or sorry, in Cal, it's all gear. You know, dropping a piece of gear. Like, it's in BDO, if it was all enhancing. In, you know, the only rare shit you could drop is, like, treasure items. And then after that, it's accessories or grind spots, right? You don't really drop armor and weapons that are, like, insanely rare. In Cal, you do, so that's what that's all about, but yeah. Yeah, well, exactly, Buttery. Just make everything worth nothing. Yeah, absolutely true. It's another thing that, like, I think that's something that modern MMOs also fail to, like, capture. They're so desperate to give everybody a piece of it that it doesn't become... It's no longer special. And it's so funny you should bring that up, because I used this clip literally on my last stream to describe modern MMOs. Especially, like, how BDO became. Hang on. This clip sums up. Can I pause that? This clip sums up modern MMOs, like how BDO got.
Old and I've had my fun. I'll sell my inventions so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
That's it. That is the modern MMO. Like, literally, like, down to a T. Because when you take that, like, insane achievement, insane item, and just give it to everyone, it's not special. My fondest memories for multiple different MMOs is seeing that guy with that thing. And it's like, whoa. You know? Like in BDO, you saw someone with like, I suppose you know, to an extent, like pen weapons, but like, you know, when that was a, you know, or whatever, that was kind of a thing. But then ultimately it was like the Nightmare Pegasus for me was like, fuck, dude, that I'm so jealous of that. That's so sick. It's like this, right? With what I'm doing right now is a good example, right? This Charmander, when it finally shines, when I'm way over odds for it already, I will feel so good about it, and it'll feel like such a big achievement. And then, you know, I have on Pokemon Violet, right? Generation 9. This is Generation 3. On Generation 9, I have hundreds of shinies because there's no effort. So they're still kind of cool, but like they're not like that insane. I don't look at them and think, fuck yeah, dude, that was so much effort. Yeah, exactly. And that it's just it's that mystique of the world, right? You know, like in World of Warcraft Classic, you know, you know, there's so many of those achievements and items and things of that nature that you can be like, wow, that guy actually has that thing, you know? And it's like, that's what builds the mystique. Like when I first played Cal, I logged in and I was looking around. There's lots of people with some decent looking gear, kind of. And there's lots of people that were new like me, whatever. But because I didn't start when it released, I walked over the first bridge, and there was a guy there in full grade 50 Archer armor, which is the full diamond set. And it looked so fucking cool. And I was like, oh my god, I want to be like that guy. Holy shit. It was so cool. I watched your videos. I'm torn between EA and IC. They're both really fucking cool. It's nice that you get such a difference too, Minty. Like, because EA is a little bit like Suck Ranger, but more survivable than Suck Ranger, I guess. And has better range spam. Because Focus Shot is a better skill than Charging Wind, and you know, you don't have to use whatever. But obviously, like Awakening Ranger is nothing. It's not even like anything like in Cal. IC is like that full curse. It's such a unique class, and it's always when the servers were live way back then. IC was a little bit different, where like the main skill it has, life absorption, couldn't be used on PvE unless the mobs were really low level, because it was level based, and you usually fight purple mobs which are way level higher than you, so you couldn't actually use life absorption in PvE, and eventually that changed. But when that was the case, because it was so hard to level on IC, they were super rare. Everyone had an EA that went Archer. Focus Shot is really fucking cool, to be fair. And EA is really good in PvE and PvP. But ICs, when they were there, they were like the big, scary, big, like, you didn't fuck with ICs. They are so cool. You're not super huge PvP. I mean, that's fine, because like I said, IC was changed. It's still really good in PvP because of the curses are so crippling. But in PvE, it's really good too, because you get the survivability from life absorption, because you can hit mobs with it, because OTP based, it's accuracy based. So you get that survivability, and its third job is also really good in PvE, which is the final form, when IC becomes Imperial General. Yeah, those are such good memories, Kitchery. So to be honest with you, Minty, both are really good. IC is more survivable, has more survivability. EA has better PvE clearing speeds, because Focus Shot becomes really powerful, and once it hits 61, it gains that passive crit ability. It just does so much damage. It's really good at PvE. But IC has more sustainability, and is safer. mean, do I have? I don't really have much videos of PvE. On EA, to be honest with you. It's straightforward anyway. You're using Focus Shot and Mysterious Arrow. Sin parties in D1. That reminds me of a video I watched. I still have it saved now, actually, so I don't lose it. Show you quickly. Like, this is like really, really old, this video. This is from Hanan. So this is EA. Hunting an assassin in Dungeon 1. Using the Panther crit. Yeah, this is a grade 31 Panther. I'll explain that in a second. It has this... Once your ancient animal hits level 31... it gains that extra, like, almost like human, half animal human form, rather than just an animal form. But they all get like a really big skill. Actually, doesn't use it. Just realized he doesn't use it. But it gets so each animal at that level gets like an ultimate ability. So for the Panther, it's permanent crit. So it gives you 15 seconds of guaranteed crits. The Tiger gives you guaranteed accuracy, so you 100% hit rate. And the Bird gives you invulnerability. I love EA. The Focus Shot is such a cool ability. But yeah, so... Oh, he doesn't... I thought he was going to stop there and have a look at it. Yeah, so anyway, your ancient... You start off with an egg, which you get at level 15. And then at grade 11 it hatches, and you have like a panther. You transform into like this crazy looking panther, or a tiger, or the bird, and then at grade 21 they just become sort of like bigger versions of those, but with like special effects, and they run a bit faster, because basically instead of mounts in Cal, look, this version of Cal, later Cal adds these hideous looking Chinese mobile mounts, but that's like 2020 Cal. Anyway, what we're playing, your version of mounts are these animal transformations that give you stats as well as some skills, but they run faster, so that each time they run a bit faster. And at grade 31, they become like a human fusion. Cal Online Panther. Let's try the Panther first. That's the Panther. That's the Tiger. So at grade 31, they like sort of become bigger versions. So you can actually see here a little bit. This is an ancient bird. So it's what the mages usually go for. And then there's like the hybrid version there. There's the Panther, grade 31 Panther. So it's like a panther with wings, which looks kind of hella goofy, but it looks kind of cool actually. These are really old screenshots. This is a grade 21, I think, because it has the extra effect. But yeah, so you got like a horn, you're spiky, hella muscular. So that's the Panther. There's also grade 41, which gets even newer transformations, but we don't have to go into that. I like, by the way, there's like random images and shit. That's not a tiger. I mean, that is, but you can't really see it because it's a video. I love how it's just like random shit, man. But yeah, that's your equivalent to mounts. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Focus Shot is one of the coolest abilities in the game because you just stand there and hold it and you look like a fucking aura farming god. But no, in PvE, unless you're playing maybe Vega to an extent, the two-handed swords character, or I guess mages are AoEing all the time, so, you know, there isn't a great deal of skill rotation. Like, PvE isn't that deep. You'll get, like, masses you get mass rushes of like super highs, you know what I mean? Because well, to be fair, you get like steady things because obviously like leveling up is really rewarding. You know how like BDO phase leveling up is like a thing that you care about? In Cal, it's super important. Your skills just keep getting more powerful. You get more grades of the skills. You get new skill. It's really powerful. So there is like that constant progression. Plus, every mob you kill contributes to the XP of your animal, which is again is really nice. But in terms of like leveling, you'll get like mega highs of like drops, and you're just like, holy shit, I just dropped that. You know, it's like a little bit more like treasure hunting in BDO, you know, where you're going for those big ticket items than it is like consistent accessory drops. But your skill rotations are never going to be super complicated. The game's too old for like BDO level combat. Show him storms. He's not going to play mage though, so. You really feel that progression though, because when your character does start out, it will be quite weak. You know, you'll be running around, you'll have the most basic stuff, and you really will work your way up and get progressively stronger. It's very drawn out. You're not like instantly level 56 in like BDO, you know? Yeah, I mean, mage is a very specific playstyle, to be fair. Like, oh, my foot has gone dead because I've been trying to use my other chair as a stool. Oops. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, mage definitely is. I mean, you can solo, but a lot of the gameplay is built around playing with other mages. That's certainly true. Yeah, that's true. I know you watched the class picking guide, so maybe you haven't seen the other video where I explained what the game actually is. Because I knew I'd be like making content and streaming it. This video this video probably shows you the best. But so you're going to start out looking a little bit like this. This is grade 8 armor. You know, so you really do see the progression of the character. You know, this is obviously ignoring skills. You know, this is grade 32, so it's skipping a couple grades. It's Cal Online, 6 foot. A lot of games of that era look very similar. This is grade 42, so it's the next grade up from the one I just showed you. Grade 46. And then when I was giving that story earlier about the grade 50, that's grade 50 armor. I love G50. It's so fucking cool. This will be the first really rare gear. Like, you'll really, like, super hype. Grade 55, which I'm not a huge fan of, but whatever. A lot of people tell me it looks like Metin, though. I have to be honest, actually. I've never actually taken the time to look at what Metin looks like. It's grade 60, so it's golden armor. You like G55 Knight? Yeah, actually it's pretty cool, I think, yeah. This is my next favorite. Grade 65 looks so cool, and the bow is just... And then the grade 70 bow. But yeah, so you get that kind of progression, which is very cool. I don't know if it still links to that. Does it link to that video, this command? Oh, maybe. Oh, it's a playlist. Okay. I mean, you could also see from the a VOD from it, actually. No idea what that is, so I'm gonna say no. This is actually quite good. I can use the stream. So, hang on, that's waiting for us to log in. Yeah, so right, so this is launch day from a server before. I see we're running around. Everyone's like bare with no gear, you know. We're starting to get the party together with the boys, right? So this is, let's go to 2 hours in. So 2 hours in, we've got a little pieces of gear here or there. It's grade 16. That bow is grade 13. Yeah, grade 13. And then let's go 4 hours in. So I've got a grade 25 bow there, grade 16 helmets. Grade 16 chest there. I don't know what else I'm doing there. Here we're trying to brute force mobs that we're probably too early for, to be honest with you. I also put the shit on the screen that I wanted to drop. Anyway, yeah, but like you do get that steady progression. You're always like moving towards stuff. Paris, let's play all regions in one save file following the adventures of the anime. Oh, that's kind of cool. I played Poke MMO before, which kind of lets you do similar stuff. Did you see the Generation 1 3D? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, you can play Poke MMO on your phone actually too, to be fair. Do 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 do. Do, do, do. Let's move that back a little bit. Some exciting games coming out though, to be honest with you, this year. No, I'm not going for all shinies. Not in this fucking generation. I want a full shiny team, if that's what you mean. If you mean a full shiny team, then yes. If you mean, like, get every single Pokemon as a shiny, like a shiny living dex, no chance. 0 chance. Or you did mean shiny dex? No. No. I'm 110 hours in, well, more than that. I'm more than 110 hours into this. I can't remember what it was. I cheated and used AI to do the math for me to work out. Because I couldn't be bothered to Well, I just put in a calculator. So yeah, so I'm over 13,200 attempts. Obviously, the base odds is 1 in 8,192. So I'm not that far away from twice over odds. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just do not have luck in video games, man. I feel like... Hopefully I'm storing all my RNG for Bango when it launches. So fucking hyped for that. I'm hyped for Bango. I'm hyped for Star Wars Racer. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Remastered. What else am I hyped for? I'm still trying to find out if Jurassic World or Jurassic Park Survival is still on the cards. I haven't heard any news on that game. Nah, I didn't play Power World. I know that a lot of people found it fun. I just didn't get into it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, Classic Plus. Yeah, Classic Plus can be insane. I'll play that. You won't do Classic Plus? I really enjoyed Season of Discovery. And surely Classic Plus will just, like, really build on... Yeah. I have no idea what that means, AU, but I'm happy for you. Oops. Is that for, like, sovereign weapons or something? Because there's no way you mean, like, normal die that has existed. Yeah, okay. I mean, that stuff is cool. You know what I mean? But why does it take them so long to think of this shit? And implement it. Like, people could have told them in 2016 that actually what people really like is customization that you have to work hard for. It's same like the mansion content. Like, add cool stuff that you can drop from mansions. And eventually they kind of did a few things. But it's like too little too late, you know? I don't know. Like with everything. You must be hard capped though, right? Like, surely you are hard capped. I guess they added... Didn't they add new gear now, though? I guess you're not hard capped anymore. If you were. Oh, it's next week? Have they just abandoned Mountain of Eternal Winter Part 2, by the way? That's such a shame, man. That was another gripe I had. They did, like... Valencia was insane. An amazing expansion, huge, vast, so much exploration, and then they started doing these micro regions, man. Fuck a micro region, bro. Give me massive land masses to explore. At least, I mean, Land of the Morning Light was like kind of big, not as big as Valencia, but it's kind of big. But unfortunately, obviously, there was no like, there wasn't really any depth to it, which was a shame. I mean, I always was like a big fan of Black Shrine because at least they were trying to do interesting PvE content. But like, unfortunately, Land of the Morning Light just didn't have interesting content there. They could have done a lot more with that area. They added new golems behind... Oh, I think I did hear about that. Yeah, I think I did hear about that. Why are you not doing a Classic Plus, Minty, anyway? You just don't trust Blizzard to do it right, or what? You know, I watch a lot of videos of people that do like shiny dream teams in this game. And I watch some of these and I just think there's no way that's not a hacked ROM with some of the RNG that. Cause you just think how long this shit takes. Like, I know that I've been unlucky, fine, but like when you look at average odds, you know what it should average out to. Should average out to 8,192. Some of the speed at which they turn out, I don't know. You know, I'm just like, fair enough, Minty. Yeah. Yeah, I watch some of these videos and I'm just like, if this was done correctly, it would take you like a year, maybe more. Like the odds are that bad. And yet some of these people are like churning out Dream Team videos. I'm just like, yeah. I saw one recently and some guy was like, whoa, no offense, you got really lucky. I've calculated it and the odds of you getting all these in the way you did was like 0.0003% or something obscene. And I'm just like, that's probably because it's not legitimate. Like, I'm pretty sure they're on hacked ROMs to boost the shiny rates for the video content. Because otherwise, how can you can't really tell the difference, right? Like, I could show you I'm on a Switch. But, you know, they're not doing that all the time. Like, if you're just looking at the screen as it is now, this could well just be a literal booted ROM on an emulator on my PC. Like, there'll be no way to tell other than the fact that I can just show you. Yeah, but they're not going to do that, are they? Let's be honest. I wish I could find the one, actually, that was, like, most recently I looked at it and I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, I'm just not having that this is something you've gotten. And I don't want to be, like, the negative Nancy or Jelly, because obviously I don't have any shiny yet. Let's see if I can find the one in specifically. Wasn't that one, was it? No, I don't think it was that one. For once, my history is actually full of some of my own videos. I was going back and looking at some old content. Here, okay. This guy's video is I spent 286 hours building Pokemon Fire Red's ultimate shiny dream team. 286 hours? I'm 110 plus into one.
Back to the video. These are static encounters, so that should make this a little bit easier, right? And now that we've got the team down, it's time to finally play the game. It's on the amount of resets that I did, but after about 8 hours and a day and a half, I had my first shiny. I forgot to record, but shiny, Modest Nature, Charmander.
Yeah, of course it's modest. Where is it? This guy. Okay, so he says, love the vid, man, but oh my god, that is some insane shiny luck for all of them being way under the odds for Fire Red and Leaf Green. Great vid, and congrats on the hunts. Keep up the good work. Also, I did the math, and the 2 Abra in that same batch. Oh, okay, so actually, no, it's the Abra he did the math for. But still, oh yeah, that was the Abra. Let me show you this shit, right? Okay, hang on. Nidoran, Misty...
Many at once since you just purchased them as prizes from the game corner. So with all the coins I could afford, I started buying as many Abras as the game would allow. And I know I've gotten lucky this run, but nothing prepared me for what was going to happen here. Finding nothing in my first batch, I reset and repeated the process, and this time I found what I was searching for. Regular. Yep. Wait a minute. Oh, I got a shiny Abra. Yeah, it's a shiny Abra. Yeah, so happy about it. It's insane. Okay, so it only took me... I can't believe that.
So he gets 2 shiny Abra in the same batch. Because he has boosted odds, I think. He says in the video comments that he's like, because people pointed out his reaction, and people were like, "You don't sound like insanely happy, man. What's going on? Why, you know?" And I think he says like, "Oh yeah, I'm a bit autistic." So I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like maybe it's legitimate, but I see quite a few of these types of videos, and they're able to like pull together these shiny dream teams and do all the rest of it. And I just think to myself, I'm like, a video of that size just isn't worth making because it would take you so long, and yet they can just churn this shit out. I don't know. Maybe I am being a hater. I am being a hater, but I don't know whether I've got actual like just cause to be a hater. You can watch the video anyway. I linked it. I don't know. If it's all legit, then fair enough. But to be fair, after this Charmander, you know, like I could just bullshit on numbers. Like if I got a shiny in like 2000, I could like do what BDO people used to do, which is like just bullshit the amount of attempts. You know, with this one, I can't tell you the attempts because I don't know how people track it most efficiently. This updates every 5 hours, so I can update you on the hours, and that's the only thing I can do. Obviously, so far, the only thing I've done in this game is soft reset in front of the dude, which is why the accurate time. But once that's done, then the time is, you know. But yeah. I've got an idea in my head with a Pokemon I do want to shiny hunt. But, I mean, it's just going to take years, I think. I mean, how long has this game been out? I did take a break from shiny hunting this. And I have done shiny hunting a little bit on this one for the legendaries, but no luck. I think my lowest odds... I have actually gotten one shiny. Is the screen blinking? What screen was I on when it was blinking for you? Oh, here? I thought I did see it blink there. Is it frequent? Because I did see it once a second ago. Well, 15 seconds ago. Oh, okay, no. It shouldn't be doing that all over. Oh, no, it is. I can look at the OBS. It is blinking. Oh, how weird. Why is it doing that? I mean, my capture card's really old for the Switch. Oh, like, it's just disconnected itself. Fucking hell. That's weird. Just gonna unplug it and replug it back in. Maybe it'll fix it. Nope. I can try and close it again. Oh, we're back. No, don't apologize. It's clearly a technical fault. Oh, man. If that capture card goes, though, that's the end of the Pokemon streams for a while. Because I don't stream enough. I don't stream Pokemon enough to spend the money on a new capture card. I would buy a new one for Winds and Waves, maybe, when that comes out next year, but now you're bummed. Well, I mean, it's not your fault. I bought this one secondhand like 8 years ago. I've already held off buying a new chair, buying new headphones. I need to buy a new PC. I just don't want to spend any money. It's all so much money. Obviously, the PC being the big one. But I do need a new chair. the absolute state of this like old 10-year-old chair that I have. Yeah, thanks AI. I mean, PCs were expensive before AI. Now it's like, yeah, it's a fucking joke. I want a new monitor too. So the demand on my finances are substantial in that case if I were to do any of those things. So it's kind of like back burner. So yeah, there's absolutely no... If this capture card just dies, I just can't do it. You know? Would have to wait. As it is, if something happens to this PC, I've got a very difficult decision to make. Because I don't technically need it. You know, it's not when I was full-time streaming, if anything happened to the PC, I truly was fucked. Fortunately, you know, we weathered any storms on that one. But if it went bust now, technically I don't need to replace it. I just wouldn't play PC games for a while. Yeah. I mean, there's no way I'm outlaying for a brand new PC. I'd have to put it on finance. Yeah. I mean, my last video game console that's not a Switch, which I don't really count, was a PS2 and a GameCube. And then I've never owned anything. I've never owned an Xbox. So yeah, PS2 and GameCube were my last consoles. And then a few years ago, I bought a Switch, which is a console, but like I don't really count it in the same vein as a PS5 or anything. Actually, Sorty gave me a PS5. And then I didn't want it. I gave it to my nephews, but they were ecstatic. Yeah, I mean, it's like for me, I could afford a brand new PC. Well, probably not outright unless I saved for a couple of months just to make sure I had enough. But I could put it on a credit card or I could finance it and I would be able to pay it off not too long. The problem isn't so much that, it's just that in my head, there's things that I know are going to cost me money. We want to go back to Japan in 2027, potentially. I want to make sure I've got a massive war chest for that. There's other things. I mean, realistically, I need the chair is a bad situation. My chair is 10 years old. It looks like shit. There's nothing left of it. There's no padding. This chair I'm sat in is my wife's office chair. She got free from work. I suppose the monitor I can do without. It's kind of a vanity thing for the monitor. I don't need that as badly. I do need new headphones, which is the cheapest of everything combined. To get new headphones. These hurt after a while. Maybe I'll buy new headphones. I need to do some research on what good wireless headphones there are out there. Because if I do have a long gaming session, which is rare these days, it just hurts. Hi, Fairy. I'm swell. How are you doing? Well, I'd be happier if I had a shiny Charmander, but you know. These are Arctis Novas from SteelSeries, I think. Did I make that up? No, I didn't make that up. I think if I bought new headphones, budget would be around 100. But these ones are old. I mean, I gotten like insane amounts of use out of them, so I'm not complaining too much. Like you know, way above standard wear and tear because I've just used them so much and they're many years old. Where are the Halloween decorations? In August? Don't tempt me. It's too hot. I'm gonna be depressed until the heat's over, and then I'm in my favorite season, which is autumn. Then my second favorite season, which is winter. Although I'm not as big a fan of January and February. I'm a festive soul. I love festivities. But January and February are just kind of cold and nothing's going on. So it's just... Whereas November and December, peak. I love it. This is my time of year though. Once the heat's over and we push into the autumn and winter months, I'm amazing. If you can accept wire, I do prefer to have, because I don't want wires traipse. Yeah, I would prefer to have wireless. Thanks, Fairy. I think my last pair of headphones were DT990s, you know. I might actually buy new headphones before Bango releases. I'm just thinking because that's the next game I'm going to put significant time into. Although when I say significant time, mostly just the launch. Because I don't want to abandon the waifu for too long. Which is why Totsy's going to level my character. We're going to share. Not that I'm a big fan of sharing. Because I think it's bad overall for the game's ecosystem that people share. But to be fair, in my case, it's because I want to lead a guild, and there's no way I'm leveling a character and doing all guild admin. There's a 0 chance I can get away with that. But I'll play launch hardcore. I think I can get away with that. Should be okay with that. But I do need to either I'll buy whatever the I don't need how much am I looking to spend? You know, like what are we really looking at here for nice wireless headphones? USB ones. Should we have a look? Wireless headphones. Because I don't need a microphone. I don't even know where to start. Are Sennheiser still really good? Wireless can't. I'm not an audiophile. You need to take your audiophile hat off and just think decent headphones. With microphone and remote. Bluetooth, though. I don't want Bluetooth because I don't have Bluetooth on the PC. Or is it just saying it can be Bluetooth? I don't know how to see like the product specs. Where's the here we go? Product specs. Connectivity. Just say Bluetooth. And USB-C charging. Well, if it's only Bluetooth, I can't use it. Go for these. Hello Kitty. I think it's a bit under budget, that one. Well, Bluetooth is fucking useless. What else is there? Bose used to be really good. Do Bose have anything? I'm gonna type Bose. Bose. Shop headphones. Summer sale. Okay, these might be above budget, bro. I'm not spending 450 quid on headphones. Audio cable with inline mic. Power adapter. I'm just gonna have to type USB-C as part of my fucking search requirements, I think. I didn't even check this Charmander yet. It's not shiny. USB. Oh, so Arctis Nova 5, is that the... I don't even know what generation mine is. That looks like they haven't changed it. So maybe I just get Arctis again. Are they USB though? I know. Okay, USB-C is for charging. That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. I need to plug it into the PC. Is it USB? Can someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about, can you just check that? Would that plug into a USB port? That's all I care about. It's the same brand as these ones are now, but there must be like obviously a more modern generation. But I don't have any USB-C ports on my PC. So if that's how they're doing things now, I wouldn't know. I haven't bought a PC accessory in like 5 years. What price? That price that I've linked is probably the actual highest I would go to spend. It's USB-C only. Brother. I don't really want to get an adapter. Okay, so let me show you, right? So I can't really show you. Okay. I have a USB extra thing that like gives me extra USB ports. I know everything's going USB-C. That's what I was worried about. So this thing here is the thing for the headphones, right? So this is like a little wireless signal. And then this is USB-C, but then this plugs at the very end of this cable is a USB, which then goes into the PC. The PC itself doesn't have any USB-C adaptability. I've tried to use the Bluetooth. It doesn't fucking exist apparently. I literally tried that because I've got these little... Because actually, I would use these. These are little earbud, right? And I don't understand how to get it to work. It says... Hang on. I'll actually try and find it for a second. Give me a moment. Bluetooth and devices, right? So if I go... Is it just devices? Anyway, it doesn't seem to exist. They're like little Sony earbuds. Yeah. I'd use those, bro. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you, bro. You have to speak like I'm an idiot because I am an idiot. Oh yeah, probably Minty, because you're minted and I'm not. Well, they're just like little Sony thingies. I don't know, dude. I don't know how to describe them. They're not like, they're like inexpensive, right? Because I don't have like, wait, hang on. It does say something on the bottom, but it's really hard to read because it's output is 100 something. I can't really read it. Anyway, yeah, so like obviously like, well, I don't have an iPhone anyway, but I don't have like AirPods or anything like that, but so like explain to me, this is Bluetooth and devices, but it doesn't come up with a Bluetooth option. If I click devices, it doesn't want to link to win a thing. It doesn't seem to be on. I tried to download this separate Bluetooth thing from Microsoft, and it didn't do anything. Yeah, but it if I do this, it doesn't look. It doesn't do it. This is the problem I keep running into. Like, it doesn't have it. You need a dongle. Oh, for fuck. I'm not doing that. That's too much effort. I think if this one here, 130 is probably more than I prefer to spend, but if I could get it working, that may be the play. Just frustrating, you know? Because the thing is, like, I could buy something like that, and then I need a new PC anyway, but I'm just putting it off because I don't want to spend the money. I think this thing will have to break, and then I'll spend the money. Decisions. At least the microphone's fine. It's like the only thing I really don't need to replace. But also, my mouse and keyboard are fine. I actually only just recently bought this keyboard. It's fucking sick. It took me a while to get used to because I've never used a keyboard that's this size before. It's like a ducky keyboard. It's awesome. Love the switches. I don't know. I think it's like 60. I can't remember. It's small though. Hella small. Like, obviously there's no like keypad. No, numpad, sorry. Well, this is gonna blow your mind, but even when I had bigger keyboards, which is most of the time, I've never ever used the numpad. Ever. I use the top keys to put numbers in, even when I had a numpad. I don't know why I just developed that way with my keyboard technique. I just never used it. Although, ironically, when I put, like, for my work laptop, when I put a certain BitLocker in, I'll use the numpad for that. Mostly because it just is, I don't know, it just became a thing I did. But everything else, I'd never used the numpad. Actually, I wonder if it has to do with me playing Cal Online because of the numbers on the top being the skills. Don't know. I love it. I love this keyboard. The switches are so nice. Anyway, decisions when it comes to the headphones. I'll have to work out what I need to do. I mean, if I have to buy those SteelSeries ones and then buy a USB-C converter, fine. Not ideal at all, but I don't know if I have the link to my keyboard. I can have a look. Fuck. I tell you what, I probably don't. I have so many links here, though. I guess maybe I do, but I wouldn't be able to find it. I don't know. A trackball. My mouse is a Logitech G502X. Good mouse. Haven't had any issues. I can't find the keyboard on here. I don't know where it would have been, to be honest with you. It's fine though. I will do one more reset, and then I'll probably have to call it because it's gone midnight. I got places to be tomorrow. Hopefully this is the one. I don't think we'll have hit 115 hours yet, though. Oops, fucking hell. Did we do that? No, not yet. Almost. You know, for like old time's sake, even though there's like 2 people here, let's do like an old BDO technique.
You're going to love this. Trust me, what you're seeing now is my normal state. This is a Super Saiyan. And this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended past a Super Saiyan.
It's shiny the second I hit yes.
It's a Super Saiyan 2.
So now we've decided whether it's shiny or not.
Just wait.
Oh, my manner, man.
And this, what he's doing, is to go even further beyond.
I don't remember. Do we have any RNG songs? I was hard coping. Like, how is it that like we put this song on where everyone in chat is like believing? I was coping too. Is there another RNG song that we can use? I used to use El Dorado, which was like a personal thing, and my Penzarka was to Taylor Swift. I never use Lemon Tree. It's not my song. That's a Jules song. This would be scenes though, bro. This is my old World of Tanks song. Ah. Damn. All right, what's your suggestion? Bro, what? How do you even find a song? I'm trying to think if there was like another one. I feel like there's more RNG songs than that. It's gotta be more than that. You can listen to whatever you want in your free time, man. Oh, that's it. We'll do this one, and then if this doesn't work, we'll do Cynthia as the last one. I see it's flashing again. I don't know if it's like the capture card. It's how it's interacting with OBS. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, fuck. Damn. Come on. I don't even know what it's the best time to do it on this one. We'll just YOLO it. No luck. Bro, I don't even want to click your links anymore. You're like the boy who cried wolf. Like, I just can't trust. I wonder if... Let me just check if the thing is actually like... Seems okay, the HDMI. I didn't know if it was like on the HDMI cable. Wasn't as secure as it needed to be, but it seems okay, to be honest with you. We can do one more. I just don't know what the song should be. I tell you what, this would be funny. Just kidding. I tell you what, since you put this isn't a troll song, let's actually put a troll song on. How about that? Fuck. No luck. I mean, to be honest, it's almost a good thing though, because like, if it had been shiny, I would have lost all the audio to copyright. So it's probably a good thing. All right. Anyways, I gotta go to sleep. I appreciate all you guys coming by the stream. Have a good evening. Whatever's left of it, depending on your time zone. Try and stream some point this weekend. And yeah, catch you guys later.